An anthology of readings of Almighty God's words. God's utterances to the entire universe. The 28th Utterance. When I came from Zion, I was awaited by all things. And when I returned to Zion, I was greeted by all men. As I came and went, never were my steps hindered by things that were in enmity to me, and hence my work progressed smoothly. Today, when I come among all creatures, all things greet me with silence, deeply fearful that I will depart once more and remove their support. All things follow my guidance, and all watch the direction indicated by my hand. The words from my mouth have made perfect many creatures, and chastised many disobedient sons. Thus all men gaze intently upon my words, and listen closely to the utterances from my mouth, and are profoundly afraid of missing this good opportunity. It is for this reason that I have continued to speak, so that my work may be carried out more quickly, and so that gratifying conditions may appear sooner on earth, and remedy the scenes of desolation on earth. When I look upon the skies is when I once more turn to mankind. All lands are instantly filled with life. Dust no longer hangs in the air, and mire no longer blankets the ground. My eyes at once shine forth, causing the people of all lands to look up to me and take refuge in me. Among the people of today's world, including all those who are present in my household, who truly takes refuge in me? Who gives their heart in exchange for the price I have paid? Who has ever dwelt in my household? Who has ever truly offered themselves before me? When I make requirements of man, he immediately closes up his little storehouse. When I give to man, he quickly opens his mouth to take my riches stealthily. And in his heart he often trembles, deeply fearful that I will strike back at him. Thus the mouth of man is half open and half closed, and he is incapable of truly enjoying the riches that I bestow. I do not easily condemn man, yet he always takes me by the hand and asks me to bestow mercy upon him. Only when man entreats me do I once again bestow mercy upon him. And I give unto him the harshest words of my mouth, such that he immediately feels ashamed, and being incapable of directly receiving my mercy, instead makes others pass it on to him. When he has thoroughly grasped all of my words, man's stature is commensurate with my wishes, and his pleas are fruitful, and not in vain or futile. I bless the pleas of mankind that are sincere, and not a pretense. I have been acting and speaking throughout the ages, yet never has man heard such utterances as I speak today, and never has he had a taste of my majesty and judgment. Although people in the world of the past have heard legends of me, no one has ever truly discovered the extent of my riches. Though the people of today hear the words from my mouth, they remain ignorant of how many mysteries are in my mouth, and thus consider it a cornucopia. All people wish to acquire something from my mouth, whether it be the secrets of state, or the mysteries of heaven, or the dynamics of the spiritual world, or the destination of mankind. All people wish to receive such things. Thus, if I were to assemble people together and tell stories to them, they would immediately rise from their sickbed to hear my way. Too much is lacking within man. He requires not just nutritional supplements, but even more mental support and a spiritual supply. This is what is lacking in all people. This is the sickness of all men. I provide a cure for man's sickness in order that better effects may be achieved, so that all may be restored to health, and so that, thanks to my cure, they may return to normality. Do you truly hate the great red dragon? Do you truly, sincerely hate it? Why have I asked you so many times? Why do I keep asking you this question, again and again? What image is there of the great red dragon in your heart? Has it really been removed? Do you truly not consider it your father? All people should perceive my intention in my questions. It is not to provoke the anger of the people, nor to incite rebellion among man, nor so that man may find his own way out, but is to allow all people to liberate themselves from the bondage of the great red dragon. Yet no one should worry. All will be accomplished by my words. No man may partake, and no man can do the work that I will carry out. I will wipe clean the air of all lands, and eradicate all trace of the demons on earth. I have already begun, and I will commence the first step of my work of chastisement in the dwelling place of the great red dragon. Thus it can be seen that my chastisement has befallen the entire universe, and that the great red dragon and all kinds of unclean spirits will be powerless to escape my chastisement, for I survey all lands. When my work on earth is completed, that is, when the era of judgment comes to an end, I will formally chastise the great red dragon. My people will see my righteous chastisement of the great red dragon. They will pour forth their praise because of my righteousness, and will forever extol my holy name because of my righteousness. Hence, you will formally perform your duty, and will formally praise me throughout the lands forever and ever. When the era of judgment reaches its peak, I will not hasten to conclude my work, but will integrate into it the evidence of the era of chastisement, and allow this evidence to be seen by all my people. And in this will be born greater fruit. This evidence is the means by which I chastise the great red dragon, and I will cause my people to behold it with their own eyes, so that they will know more of my disposition. The time that my people enjoy me is when the great red dragon is chastised. Causing the people of the great red dragon to rise up and revolt against it is my plan, and the method by which I make perfect my people, and is a great opportunity for all my people to grow in life. When the bright moon rises, the tranquil night is at once shattered. Though the moon is in tatters, man is in fine spirits, and sits peacefully under the moonshine, admiring the beautiful scene beneath the light. Man can't describe his emotions. It is as if he wishes to cast his thoughts back to the past, as if he wishes to look ahead to the future, as if he is enjoying the present. A smile appears on his face, and among the pleasing air there permeates a crisp scent. As a gentle breeze begins to blow, man detects the rich fragrance, and he seems intoxicated by it, unable to rouse himself. This is the very time that I have personally come among man, and man has a heightened sense of the rich aroma, and thereby all men live amid this fragrance. I am at peace with man. He lives in harmony with me. No longer is he deviant in his regard of me. No longer do I prune the deficiencies of man. No longer is there a distressed look upon the face of man. And no longer does death threaten the whole of mankind. Today, I advance together with man into the era of chastisement, going forth with him side by side. I am doing my work, which is to say, I strike down my rod among man, and it falls upon that which is rebellious in man. In the eyes of man, my rod seems to have special powers. It comes upon all those who are my enemies, and does not easily spare them. Among all who oppose me, the rod performs its inherent function. All those who are in my hands perform their duty according to my original intention, and never have they defied my wishes or changed their substance. As a result, the waters will roar, the mountains will topple, the great rivers will disintegrate. Man will be ever given to change. The sun will grow dim. The moon will darken. Man will have no more days of living in peace. There will be no more times of tranquility upon the land. The heavens will never again remain calm and quiet, and will never again endure. All things will be renewed and will recover their original appearance. All households upon earth will be torn apart, and all nations on earth will be rent asunder. Gone will be the days of the reunion between husband and wife. No more will mother and son meet again. Never again will there be the coming together of father and daughter. All that used to be on earth will be smashed by me. I do not give people the opportunity to release their emotions, for I am without emotions, and have grown to detest the emotions of people to an extent. It is because of the emotions between people that I have been cast to one side, and thus I have become an other in their eyes. It is because of the emotions between people that I have been forgotten. It is because of the emotions of man that he seizes the opportunity to pick up his conscience. It is because of the emotions of man that he is always weary of my chastisement. It is because of the emotions of man that he calls me unfair and unjust, and says that I am heedless of man's feelings in my handling of things. Do I also have kin upon earth? Who has ever, like me, worked day and night, without thought for food or sleep, for the sake of my entire management plan? How could man be comparable to God? How could he be compatible with God? How could God, who creates, be of the same kind as man, who is created? How could I always live and act together with man on earth? Who worries for my heart? Is it the prayers of man? I once agreed to join man and walk together with him. And yes, unto this day, man has lived under my care and protection. But when is the day that man can separate himself from my care? Though man has never cared for my heart, who can keep living in a land without light? It is only because of my blessings that man has lived until today.